Hey everybody. All right. So we are doing the first in the series of Facebook parties. This is a topic that I know some of you are really have been dying to talk about. And it's one that maybe some of you haven't really thought of yet. Maybe you're newer and you're like, I'm not sure I'm ready for all that. Regardless of where you kind of fall in the spectrum, Facebook parties are something that I want you and I challenge you to at least give them a try a few times. And you may find out that Facebook parties are your jam. You may find out that it's something that doesn't really attract your audience. But remember, at the end of the day, guys, you are your brand. So I want you to strictly be authentic to you. So if this is something that is going to fit in with your brand or is fun to do, maybe once every catalog season, even if it's just something as simple as that, then I want you guys to really get into the ability to kind of step out of that comfort zone. Well, not kind of. I want you to step out of that comfort zone because we've all seen the saying, right? Great. There are no great things that ever came from staying in your comfort zone. So I want you to jump out of that comfort zone. I want you to try new things. And from somebody who has done Facebook parties for years, I can tell you that I have done every style, every type. I have tweaked it. I have moved it. I have tried it. I have done it. I have had Facebook parties that I've gone live on that have been to crickets, radio silence, right? Nobody showed up. I've gone to Facebook parties, or I've done Facebook parties that were in a controlled environment, so to speak, whether that's in a group or an event where I've actually, set my content up, done all of that, and still flopped, right? Big old goose egg at the end of it. But on the other side of that spectrum, I have had Facebook parties that have completely killed it. Like I've walked away 30 minutes later with over 600 in PRV going, what the heck just happened, right? So just because it doesn't work once, or just because it worked really well one time, it doesn't mean that you're always going to have the same experience. Now, when I talk about this, I want you to really keep in mind that a party is a party is a party. I don't care what kind of party you're doing. The core of a party always stays the same. So the same can be said for a Facebook party, just like an in-home party. So you can have a really great in-home party, right? Maybe do $1,000 in PRV at that home party. It rocked. Maybe 25 people showed up. Maybe only 3 people showed up. But either way, the sales were there and it killed, right? It was a fantastic party. One for the books. And then next week, you can go to your next in-home party and 25 people show up. Absolutely nobody orders, or 0 people show up and it's just you and the host. Like I said, guys, I have gone through all of these. And so I want you to know, and I want to reassure you that just like when we go for the no's are okay, right? They're not big, scary things. The sun still rises tomorrow. Trust me, Big Brother and Dancing with the Stars will still play this week, but it's not the end of the world. So just because you try something and maybe it fails does not mean that you don't try again. So keep that in mind with all that you do with your business, but especially when it comes to Facebook parties. Like I said, I've been doing them for years and I've done them in all spectrums and I've had all kinds of different results. Does not mean that I stopped trying or that I've given up, right? Because we never give up, do we? We are Team Scent 365. We are the tribe and we do not give up. We just look for a better way to try again, or we look for inspiration and try again. All right, so today, I apologize for my little congestion. We've got some really great allergy season happening where I live. So taking Hero the dog outside to go potty was probably not the best idea right before I did a video. Okay, so let's jump in here. And, okay, I'm just checking to make sure there's anything in the chat. Let me move this over real quick. Okay, I just want to make sure. You guys should have the chat option here. If you do not, holler at me if you can. Hopefully you should be able to see that chat. Excuse me again. Okay. All right, Facebook parties. So We're going to condense this down into a series of videos. So kind of somewhat of short videos. But the whole point is, like I said, some of you have been talking about this. You've wanted to learn more about this. And I could have put all of this in one Tuesday training call. But honestly, it really kind of needs its own structure. So this is why we are doing it in Zoom format. And this is going to be part one of the Facebook Party series. And this is what I call first things first. So I'm going to give you 5 things that we're going to go over in the Scent of Bliss, or Scent of Bliss, different group. In Scent 365 Tribe, I am creating a units in the tribe support group. And so I'm going to actually upload the 5 steps that we're going to go over today. So if you're writing them down, that's awesome. That's great. Take your notes, because I know I personally take a lot of notes when I listen to a training call, so it helps me out. I'm more of a visual learner, so when I write it, I kind of somehow retain it to memory better. So take your notes, but just know that if you need to reference back, there is going to be a reference. First things first. Okay, number 1, I want you to decide your delivery. What does that mean? Delivery. Are you going to do a Facebook Live when you do a Facebook party, or are you going to do a Facebook party that is more of a controlled environment, such as a group or event? And we're going to go over that in part 2. But for part 1, first things first, that's what we need to kind of set the stage, right? That is truly what we're doing here. First things first. We have to make a plan. Just like with anything else, we have to make a plan. It's not like you can wake up at 8 a.m. tomorrow, grab a bag and go, I'm going to go over to my neighbor's house and do a home party. That doesn't happen, does it? No, you have to plan a little bit in advance. You have to know what you're going to be showing. You have to maybe get samples ready, get some catalogs ready, right? Order forms, things like that, right? Same thing, guys, core party systems here. When I talk about core things, the same thing happens regardless of how you party. A party is a party is a party is a party, and it has a core. And one of the core things is you have to be planned and prepared for whatever party you are doing. So keep that in mind. So the delivery system, do you want to make this a Facebook Live, or do you want it in that controlled environment? For example, some of you are really, really comfortable and are having really great success with going live on Facebook. You've got engagement happening. You've got people asking you questions, right? Talking, watching, listening, commenting, all of the above, right? So if you are the person who you've been doing some lives, or you've done lives a few times and you seem to have gotten great interaction and engagement, then I would encourage you highly to do a Facebook party live. Do a Facebook party live. And I know there might be a little bit of anxiety that goes along with that. Like, oh, what if I mess up? Who cares, right? Who cares? At the end of the day, that's not what they're there for. They are not there for perfection. They are there for you. They are there because they're interested in the products, and they're interested, right? They're interested. You are authentically you, and you are somebody who hopefully you're building relationships with these people. So Facebook party going live might be a really great delivery system for you when it comes to this. I myself, I don't do a whole lot of Facebook lives. When I do lives, it's usually for important events, or I've got something wildly crazy to say. I just don't do a lot of them. And maybe that's somewhere that I can actually step that game up a little bit and go live a little bit more. But I can say when I do go live, on those occasions that I do have good engagement. So again, that might be something for Jacqui to kind of put in the back of my head, that maybe I need to go ahead and give that a try. So we're always learning, we're always tweaking, we're always changing. I personally, I want to, in this series, I'm going to be able to actually show you, allergies, sorry. I want to be able to show you how I'm doing my Facebook party. So for this example, it's not, well, I mean, I say example, but it's not really an example, because it's truly going to be a live party for me. This is a real thing that I'm doing. It's not just playing around. So I'm actually going to invite you all there to be able to see it and to be able to really see what I'm implementing and how I'm putting these steps into practice. So for me, I'm doing it in a controlled environment, a controlled space. Number 2, you need to decide who your host is. And I usually get asked this question when I've done this training before, in the first things first. I have people go, well, Jacqui, why the heck why isn't that number 1, right? Because at the end of the day, again, you are authentically you. You are your brand. If Facebook Live is your jam, then I want you to go with what is more comfortable for you. If Facebook Live is not your jam and a controlled environment is, then that's what I want you to do. Okay, regardless of who the host is. Because at the end of the day, you are the Scentsy consultant, correct? So you are the one who is setting this up. Does not mean, again, that we can't tweak things, change things. But again, I want you to be in control and I want you to feel comfortable with the content that you're doing, because the more comfortable you feel, the easier it's all going to roll out, right? And it's just going to be that much more of an enjoyable experience, not only for you, but for the guests that are on the Facebook party. So your host, here's your challenge before we get to part 2. Part 1, of course, I want you to decide who that host is. And so that means you're going to have some conversations. Yes, you are. So I want you to reach out, even if you are a newer consultant and don't really have a customer base, so to speak. That's when I want you to reach out to that inner circle, right? Where are those BFFs? Where are those friends that you interact with and have relationships on Facebook that you're always commenting on each other's kids' pictures or whatever they're doing, right? Your friends, your family, right? Those relationships. I want you to reach out to some of those people. Make yourself a list if you need to, but most of you probably have a good little, small list of some people that you're already thinking, I can probably ask them. And remember, we're not scared of the word no. The sun's still going to rise tomorrow. So even though you're going to ask people and they will probably say no, doesn't mean that the world ends. You're just going to go, okay, no problem. Totally understand. I get it. Do you know of anybody else who might be interested in doing it? Because again, especially with Facebook friends, right? Even though maybe you've been Facebook friends forever and maybe you don't really know this person in real life, but they may have other friends that they follow or that they're friends with, that they've got relationships with on Facebook specifically, in which they know of somebody who always does parties for other people or, loves doing fun different things or whatever, right? So just because they may not want to do it or may not have any interest in it doesn't mean that they can go, well, wait a minute, I do have a couple of friends who usually host some parties, so let me ask them, right? That might get the wheels turning. So just yet another way to be able to, again, expand that circle of those customers and get to know some new people. So if you have gone through all of the people and all of the people told you no, then guess what? You were the host. Congratulations. You are the host of your very own Facebook party. Yay! Yes, it's so exciting. Again, I'm going to refer to this as an example, but this is, no, Bubbas, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. I'm going to refer to this as an example, but this truly is not an example. Remember, this is truly a real Facebook party for me. But in what I am going to be showing you, maybe I should say it like that, I'm actually going to be the host. Personally, just because I've got hosts doing other things, and I've got some other things planned for this season. So I'm going to go ahead and be the host in this one. And I want to be able to have a good environment to kind of be able to show you. So that's why I'm deciding to do it this way. All right, number 3 is I want you to think about theme. Theme or no theme? To theme or not to theme? That is the question. As we are in a really fun season. It is fall and winter. Anybody else excited about fall and winter? I totally am. I don't know if you saw, but I also put my dog in some flannel. Yeah, he's got his own little flannel shirt, so that's super cute. I'm a dog mom. That's what I do. And a purple person mom too. By the way, I do have kids. A person mom. Oh, geez. Okay. I tell you what. Theme or no theme. So yeah, so I need you to decide. Like I said, we're in the fall and winter season. So we need to think about, right? Do you want to maybe give it a theme? Is this more of a holiday shopping Facebook party, right? Just because not yet, not until October 1st, do we launch our holiday products. But if you are doing this product or this Facebook party after the holiday products are out, then most certainly you can go with a holiday theme, right? People are, of course, going to be shopping for the holidays, whether it is for others, right, on their shopping list, or whether it is for them personally. I personally am a decorator when it comes, well, to all year round, really, but especially the fall and winter season. I love to decorate my home. And so one of those things happens to be getting some fun warmers and some fun products. So you probably know people, if you aren't one yourself, that are the same way. Okay, so again, that's a good theme to think about. We've got Halloween coming up. Hello, anybody in a Halloween spirit, right? You can have a ton of fun with a Halloween themed party. Ooh, maybe do it with like the lights out, maybe some fun, get a fun light bulb at the store, right? And really just have some fun with it, right? Maybe put some cobwebs up around you, or play scary music in the background, blah, right? Have fun. Have fun is the main point of it all, right? Because the more fun that you have, it actually is going to increase engagement. And why is that? Why? Because people want to watch something that's fun. Hello, especially when it's on Facebook. So regardless of if it's in a controlled environment, a group or an event setting, or if it's during a live, that's really going to give you more engagement. Trust me, it just really is. So try and decide, do you want a theme? Do you not want a theme? Because it's okay if you don't want a theme. That's okay. I'm just giving you the idea to really help draw attention. Or if you've got a host, again, it might be something they're very interested in. No, no, bye-byes. Leave that alone. Okay, number 4. Now we're going to decide on the products of focus. Products of focus. We're going to focus. And that is simply because it is very easy to go down the rabbit hole, whether, again, a party is a party is a party, right? At the core of it, whether it's an in-home party, whether it's doing it at the clubhouse at the apartment complex, whether it's doing it in your home, whether it's online, the core of the party, this is something that you can get sucked into. And I myself did for a long time. I thought I had to cover every single thing in the catalog. No. Whoever told you that? Who said that was a rule? Is there a rule in the consultant guide that says that if you do a party, you have to talk about everything that's in the catalog? No. Now, if you want to, you totally could, but let me just tell you this. If you stick to more of a 30-minute or less type of a timeline, you are going to have way better engagement and you're going to have better results. This is simply based on the fact of, if you begin to word vomit, if you begin to catalog vomit and literally read that catalog from the front page to the back page, people are going to have the blank stare. They're going to switch off. They're going to go on about their business. They're going to start playing Candy Crush, whatever it is. They are going to tune you out, plain and simple. So I do not want you going through the entire catalog. So again, this might go along with your theme, right? If you're doing more of a holiday theme, a Halloween theme, a fall theme, a mom's night out, right? The kids are back in school. Give the moms a break. Hello. Can the moms have a minute? Let's give the moms a minute, right? Maybe they just want to enjoy, tune the rest of their family out for 30 minutes. So no, Bubba's. Go with their theme or go with your theme. A really great way to be able to concise this for you and to, again, keep you in line with that theme and your time that you're really shooting for is to do like your top 10 favorite products. Or if it's your host, their top 10 or top 5 if you talk slower and you think that you're going to talk longer about products, which is very possible, right? I'm not saying 5 or 10 is the magic number, but pick something, make a decision. Okay, no. Puppies. Okay, so an example of this very well might be that you may have a lot of customers or your host or what have you, people on your Facebook page that you know are going to be the guests. Maybe a lot of them work outside of the home in offices, right? So you might want to be talking about the new fragrance flower because, guys, let me tell you that this little guy on a desk in a workspace is thebomb.com. Okay, so that may be one area of focus. So maybe either look at your customer base or look at your theme and kind of look at products that you can kind of pull out and focus on. Now, does that mean, especially if you're live, but also in the controlled environment space, if somebody asks you a question about maybe a diffuser and you hadn't planned on on showcasing diffusers in this Facebook party, that doesn't mean that you don't answer that question, right? You still, of course, answer the question or give them the information they're looking for. But my point being is you do not have to cover every single thing in that catalog. Why? Because they can go to your website for one, and they can look on there and see the entire catalog and every single product that we offer. But for two, again, it's more about keeping this party focused and in line, because the better that you can keep it focused, the more engagement you're going to get and the better reaction you're going to get from those customers who are attending. So again, what I like to kind of focus on, what you will see in what I'm going to be showing you for my Facebook party, is I'm going to keep it to my top 10 products that I personally love and use every single day. I don't know about you guys, but I am the laundry queen of my home. So for me, I always make sure that I showcase the laundry products because I use them and I love them. So laundry products, the entire laundry line is something that I definitely focus on. I also, if you've watched anything that I do online, on my YouTube channel, I do a lot of the clean with me. Is why? Because I am a work at home mom, right? So I clean, I do a lot of cleaning, right? So the cleaning line, the dish soap, the bathroom cleaner, the counter clean, the fresh, right? Those are things that I'm using. So those are more of my popular things that I like to talk about and that I'm passionate about. The more adapt you are at being able to talk about things that you already feel comfortable with and that you love, that you're able to show passion for, again, we're not salespeople. We are sharers of the product. And again, your audience may be wax or more product driven. So again, depending on your audience or depending on your theme, it can kind of help you with that. So decide that point of focus. Number 5, I'm going to leave you with for part 1, and first things first, is graphics. I know many of you are like, ooh, right? Oh my gosh, graphics. It kind of freaks some people out. Don't let it freak you out. If you are not comfortable making graphics, if you don't know how to make graphics yet, you're still newer to this, or it's just not your jam, that is okay. You can create your own. I encourage you to create your own. I encourage you to take pictures, not even necessarily graphics, right? Take pictures of products in your home, guys. People want to see that attraction marketing or that social marketing, right? They want to see how you actually use this in real life. You can show a picture from the catalog all day long, but if you show how you love coming down to sit at your desk with the fragrance flower, still smells like Luna, by the way, over 60 days. Hasn't been that. Anyway, the whole point being, right, it's going to be more attractive to them, right? It's going to be more practical because they see you using it a lot. And guys, when it comes to social media, even though you may not think you are influencing people. So by all means, I encourage you to take pictures of things in your house. Yeah, I hope you're using the product. If you're not, you will be soon, or you are going to start. But you can also go to the marketing tab of your workstation. Hello, gold mine for images, okay? I want you to start picking out, again, what are your top 10 things that you're going to talk about, or the top 7, whatever it is. Lucky number 7 party. Hey, there's a fun theme. But pick out those things, and then I want you to go and I want you to grab those graphics. So whether it's from pictures that you're taking, graphics you're creating on your own, going to the marketing tab of your workstation, or going out to any of the Facebook groups, especially more of the flyer groups, and grabbing some flyers and downloading them either to your phone, to your computer, to the laptop, to the tablet, whatever it is that you're going to do the party on. Just gather them and make sure that they're, side note, make sure they're in a place where they're easily accessible. Because especially if you're doing this in a live environment, you don't want to have to sit there and be like, oh, wait, well, I guess live environment now, you're probably, well, never mind. We'll talk about that in part 2. But anyway, the whole point being is I don't want you to have to lose them and search for them. So if that means making just a quick folder on your desktop, or in your phone, whatever, however you're using your technology, and put it all together in one place so it's easy to know where it is and go grab it when you need it. That's the bottom line. All right, so that is my first things first, part 1 of Facebook parties. Like I said, the core of every party, it all comes down to a little bit of planning. So this is your planning stage. So I want you to take the time. I want you to go through this. Like I said, in the Scent 365 tribe, I'm going to put units and I'm going to put this information in there so you'll have it for reference. But just roll this around, okay? I want you to roll this around until we get to part 2. Part 2, we're actually going to dive in and actually start looking at the Facebook Facebook party itself, okay? And again, that's still gonna be a planning stage because we aren't yet doing the party on part 2. But I'm gonna show you, again, how we're gonna set things up. So that's gonna be very integral. So definitely make sure you watch part 1 first before you watch part 2, because part 2, I'm not gonna cover all of this. So make sure that you're prepared for next time, and we're going to continue with our Facebook party series.